Good morning, everyone. Today, the APC Youth Solidarity Network converge here to submit and deposit its reservation on the acceptance of the NNPC that it is indeed owing $6.8 billion after it had initially denied in an earlier report that it was not owing. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed members of the press, fellow citizens, today we convene in a somber atmosphere compelled to address a pressing issue of profound gravity that has emerged within the hallowed halls of our nation's premier oil entity. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited, NNPC Limited, with deep regret and a profound sense of dismay, we acknowledge the startling admission by NNPC Limited under the stewardship of Mr. Mele Kyari that it has accrued a staggering debt of $6.8 billion, a stark reversal of their initial assertion, which vehemently dismissed such claim as baseless and unfounded. This astonishing admission not only validates the conspicuous financial encumbrance that NNPC has become, but also raises fundamental questions regarding the leadership and governance style of Mr. Mele Kyari, the Group Chief Executive Officer of NNPC Limited. His tenure has been characterized by an unacceptable lack of transparency, accountability, and fiscal prudence, culminating in this colossal debt that threatens the very fabric of our national economy. It has become painfully evident that the National Oil Corporation's financial woes commenced early this year when overdue payments for premium motor spirits PMS, commonly referred to as petrol, skyrocketed to an alarming $3 billion. Regrettably, this figure has since ballooned to an unprecedented $6.8 billion, representing a staggering 100% increase since April. As the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPC Limited, grapples with this unsustainable disparity between fixed pump prices and escalating international fuel costs. This shocking revelation has sparked widespread consternation, igniting a maelstrom of confusion, distrust, and disillusionment among the Nigerian populace. The very foundation of our institution's integrity is being eroded, casting a dark shadow on the nation's future. And this threatens our very existence as a people. As the APC Youth Solidarity Network, we are profoundly dismayed by this disturbing development. As representatives of the youth and prospective leaders of this great nation, we cannot idly stand by while the credibility and trustworthiness of our institutions are mercilessly compromised by people who have chosen to become eaters of the living and national cankerworms. How can we, the standard bearers of Nigeria's future, acquiesce to this systemic failure which undermines the very fabric of our national identity? The APC Youth Solidarity Network will not remain silent in the face of this unfolding crisis. Mr. Mele Kyari's tenure has precipitated a crisis of confidence, rendering him an untenable moral and economic liability, not only to Mr. President, but also to the nation at large. His prolonged occupation of office has devolved into an unmitigated embarrassment, casting a pall of shame not merely on the All Progressive Congress APC, but on the entirety of Nigerians who rightfully demand transparency, accountability, visionary leadership from institutions critical to our national well-being. A poignant question echoes through the corridors of our collective conscience today. How can we, credibly entertain the narratives preferred by NNPC Limited when they have so flagrantly flouted the principles of truthfulness and integrity. The stark inconsistency between their August 18th press release, which categorically denied any outstanding debts, and today's admission of culpability has spawned an environment of pervasive uncertainty, which we, as youth of this great nation, will not withstand. Rather, we stand here today to demand accountability on this matter. Nigerians are now confronted with an existential dilemma: what to believe and whom to trust. The erosion of trust in our national institutions undermines the very fabric of our society, threatening our collective future and the future of children unborn. This issue transcends merely financial accountability. It is a bad reflection of our nation's pride and integrity. The citizens of Nigeria rightfully demand and deserve leadership that embodies transparency, consistency, and accountability, one that unswayed by the short ties of public opinion. We, the APC Youth Solidarity Network, resolutely maintain that the time has arrived for Mr. Mele Kyari to assume full responsibility for his leadership failure. It is imperative, highly expedient, that he relinquish his position, thereby sparing our nation further international embarrassment and ridicule. Regrettably, Nigeria, Africa's largest oil exporter, finds itself in the incongruous position of importing virtually all its fuel requirements. This anomaly is obviously a direct consequence of years of systemic neglect and mismanagement of our state-owned oil refineries. Furthermore, the selfish interests and lack of visionary leadership within our oil and gas sector have hindered the optimal utilization of the newly commissioned 650,000 barrel per day Dangote refinery. Instead of producing marketable petrol for domestic consumptions, this facility is compelled to export other fuels abroad, exacerbating our nation's energy woes. This critical moment in our history as a nation serves as a clarion call for transformative change, heralding a new era of transparency, accountability, and visionary leadership. We fervently implore Mr. Mele Kyari to relinquish immediately his position, which seemed to have been mismanaged, paving the way for fresh leadership that embodies the sacred values of openness, integrity, and responsibility that our citizens rightfully deserve. Mr. Kyari's protracted occupation of office has devolved into an unrelenting source of embarrassment, tarnishing the reputation of our esteemed party, the All Progressive Congress APC, and the Nigerian people, and the leadership mandate of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which epitomizes reformation and renewed hope. We urge him to take the noble path of resignation, immediately relinquishing his duties to spare our nation further discomfort, reputational damage, and international ridicule. By resigning, Mr. Kyari would demonstrate his commitment to integrity, accountability, and the values that our party holds sacrosanct. The youth of this nation are vigilantly observing, watching with every sense of devotion, and we demand leadership that mirrors our aspirations for a brighter and more prosperous future that we all dream to have. To this end, we issue a heartfelt appeal to Mr. President, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, urging him to take swift and decisive action in addressing this menace. Mr. President, we implore you to do three important things. First, facilitate the immediate resignation of Mr. Mele Kyari as Group Chief Executive Officer of NNPC Limited, thereby ending his tenure of questionable leadership. Secondly, initiate a comprehensive, impartial investigation into NNPC financial dealings, aiming to unravel the circumstances surrounding the staggering $6 billion US debt. Thirdly, implement stringent measures to prevent similar occurrences in the future, ensuring the corporation's fiscal discipline and transparency. Decisive measures, we will aim to achieve a trifecta of transformative outcomes: restoring the tarnished integrity of NNPC Limited, upholding the sacred values of our party, and revitalizing the eroded trust of the Nigerian people. Ensuring that those entrusted with leadership roles are strongly committed to the prosperity and progress of our great nation. As a party, we reaffirm our steadfast commitment to uphold the timeless values of transparency, accountability, and exemplary governance. We shall persist in advocating for a Nigeria where accountability reigns supreme and our leaders are held to the highest standards of integrity, probity, and moral rectitude. Our vision is of a nation where leadership is characterized by selflessness, transparency, and unyielding dedication to the well-being of all citizens. We will tirelessly strive to create an enabling environment where accountability is not merely an aspiration, but a lived reality, such that our children and generation unborn will live to testify that there are leaders who have stood and sustained the economy for them to thrive after our time.